All right, welcome back. It's a special Woman Wednesday edition of Liquid Lunch on Biz TV. I'm John Tobacco. I'm with Frank Morano, as we used to be, but now we're back again, reunited, and it feels so good, Frankie.
Absolutely.
I didn't get to toast with you before, but
Salud.
in honor of the ending of Corona, I'm having a Corona.
I'm in honor of
The Corona crisis
in
is
honor of the protesters in Washington D.C. not actually being shot with rubber bullets. I'm drinking bullet.
excellent. So, lots going on around the world, of course, Frankie, and here in New York and in major big cities, many of them with Democratic mayors. These peaceful protesters have been hijacked by Antifa. It seems like there's a big coagulation now of goods and bads, and they're now destroying real estate. Many business owners are shut down for a while, and now their doors are getting kicked in, like us. And commercial real estate's going to have some serious problems. And one of the best guys at breaking that down is Jason Lanyard. He's a luxury real estate broker in New York City with Douglas Elliman, and also spent some time on Wall Street. So great perspective on this. Jay, thanks for joining us today. I think commercial real estate is in big trouble for many years to come. What's your handle on what's happening on the luxury side?
I do think there's a lot of concern about the commercial real estate market, but remember, I'm a residential broker, and a lot of, I think, what happens in the market residentially informs the commercial and vice versa. For example, when I was on your show in February, we were both excited about housing starts being up. And that's actually still the case, in the sense that what happened in the middle of March is the quarantine took the wind out of many, many sales. Here in New York City, just as an example, we were actually experiencing the most robust first quarter since 2015, which was what, then leading to the peak and then the next market cycle. But there was so much energy in March about, oh no, what are we going to do now that we can't even show and look at properties? So that pent up energy 10, 11 weeks later is still palpably present. And there are statistics I could give you that show there's a lot of energy of people saying that they can't wait to get back to looking at properties. For example, the National Association of Realtors just let out some statistic that a survey revealed 65% of home buyers are excited to go back to open houses. That's a very strong statement, given that obviously we don't have any protocols completely in terms of definitive parameters about how an open house could even work. And mind you, in an urban center like New York, that won't actually be the case. But in suburbia, where there's a lot of energy of repatriating a lot of the market, I think you're going to see that there will be open houses, whether it's with strict 6-foot distancing or separation of the entry starts to the attendants.
Jason,
and just the fact that that high a number exists is great.
Jason, let me ask you, I was speaking with a friend of mine yesterday who is a New York expat who lives in Virginia, and he said that down there it's a seller's market right now because of all the people fleeing cities like New York. Now, my wife is on House Watch. She's trying to take a look every day at different housing prices here in New York, and she's seeing real estate prices go down here in New York City. I'm curious, does your research show that there's a difference in terms of being a buyer's or a seller's market coming out of this crisis in different parts of the country, or is it in general bullish or bearish the same way in the whole country?
Well, you probably won't like my answer, which is that every submarket, I believe, is very different, and Virginia is a perfect example of that discrepancy. Is there proof of suburban flight in New York? Absolutely. In fact, I have information from private school administrators that 20% basically of all private school attendants have all rescinded their commitment for next year, and they're all basically likely moving to public school in suburbia. Now, that means that the suburban market is going to get a boon from the urban markets, and honestly, both things can be good. Are we in a buyer's market in Manhattan and Brooklyn? Yes, of course we are. But you have to answer, why are we? It's because no one can even look at properties. So the only transactions that are actually happening right now, which is why really everything we say is slightly moot. We should wait and see what happens when the protocols are lifted and the quarantines are lifted and we can actually see properties. But Right now, basically, anyone that's transacting is someone that has to or can, despite the fact that they A, cannot see the unit, and B, they may not even be able to do an inspection when they close on the unit. Meaning that a lot of the people transacting now are buyers, they're investors, they're speculators. That's to be expected, and there's nothing wrong with that. Do I think there are a lot of discounts to be had? Absolutely. Do I think that sellers should, by and large, not all, but by and large, wait a month or two to list? Yes, that's what I'm telling my
Right,
clients.
yeah. No, it's tough
But
selling something
that's just
virtual.
common sense.
Yeah,
But
no
that's
doubt.
common sense.
No
That's not.
doubt. No doubt
That's
about
not.
that.
And also, everyone, including the president, is talking a lot about pent up demand, and there is a lot of pent up demand. I
Yeah.
can tell you.
That's for sure. Not just in real estate.
I think you're right, Jay. We got a
But in
break
general.
here. Really appreciate you coming on with us, and we'll check back with you soon. Hopefully, we'll be back in the studio. You come in and have a drink with us.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot.